Hello and welcome to another Minecraft Let's Play. This is kind of just starting out here. I attempting to make some diamond shards with factorization here. Now I've had some weird problems with fraps. I'm not 100% sure why, but for whatever reason all my videos for this episode were recorded without any sound. So, again, I'm kind of doing this this audio afterwards, so hopefully it won't sound too weird without the Minecraft noises of me mining and everything like that. But yeah, this episode we're going to get into some factorizations and get some of that stuff set up a little bit better. Been a bit of a slow week. I've recorded this kind of bits here and there throughout the week. I've been sick with a cold and I haven't been feeling 100%. Plus, with just a bunch of other stuff going on, I really haven't had the time. So, just trying to remember what the heck I did this episode. This is just me mining out some stuff I found. Now, of course, they've changed the way you make diamond shards. You used to be able to use a craft stamper or packet crafter. I can't remember what the heck it was called. And you used to have to make them that way, but now you have to like use dynamite to blow up a block of diamonds. So it's kind of an interesting mechanic, but kind of sucks if you decide to use diamonds to keep griefers away and everything like that in the multiplayer server. I don't know who would decide to suddenly build a diamond wall just for the blast resistance, but you never know, somebody might. Let's see, what am I making here? Plate. Oh yes, this is me making some of the different machines using factorization. I think this was the mixer, I believe. Yes, the mixer. I needed to make the motor. Or no, this was the this is the grinder, I think. So I'm not really sure how, at this point in the video, how I was going to lay things out, and ultimately this is kind of pardon me, hiccups. This is kind of temporary how I end up setting it up. It's kind of just put it along the back here just because, for the simple fact of right now I'm only running one of everything. So mixer. Oh, there we go. And it's not very automated right now either. I've kind of just set it up for functionality. I've got a bunch of silver that I'm slowly trying to make into mirrors to power this whole system on the roof, as well as some dark iron that I want to make sure that I'm getting the most out of my silver and my dark iron ores. Factorization being, the best way to do that. You do get more iron and copper and I believe tin as well, gold and that sort of stuff, but you get so much of iron, especially to begin with, it's not really worth it to hold up your machine at this point in time, just because of how long it actually takes everything. Mind you can run it through the first couple cycles and you a little bit more than double your ore, which I think I do later on with some experimenting to see this is me. I think I was going to attempt to oh yeah, this is where my my machine went missing here. Eventually I end up turning the NEI magnet thing on because of yeah, as you see, it's out of my inventory. This is me continuing to look for it. It's fallen somewhere. I don't know where it went. I eventually break through the walls. I come out the other side. fallout here, get pushed to the blocks. Nope, don't see it over there. It's not over there. See, typically I don't like to cheat using the NAI magnet thing, but if you've noticed me in NAI, and that's basically the reason it's up there, because of weird little bugs like that. And as you can see, there it is again. Was not there before, and I don't know where it was or where it came from, but it acts weird like that sometimes. Just patching out the floor, put my engine back, or my cell back. There we go. Kind of weird watching this a second time, as I know what's going to happen, but it seems to take for a long period of time when I'm sitting here watching it with no sound. Now, yeah, as I said, I've been sick past couple weeks. I'm not sure if it's a cold or if it's allergies. It's kind of that time of season, so it might very well be allergies. But I had a horrible earache due to inner sinus problems that I've had. So I mean, it's kind of hard to sit and talk when you can't even stand the sound of your own voice. So I've recorded all this without any audio, and well, without my audio commentary, and Fraps decided not to record it with any audio either. So I'm gonna have to look into that. I think this here is me making. Yeah, I'm grabbing some buckets, and I'm gonna put in a infinite water source over there as well. Just make it a little easier for the washer. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to just pump water into the washer. It requires an actual bucket of water. Now, I was playing with this in a creative world, and there are ways to do it, but that just requires, you know, completely separate power source there to power your liquid transposer to put the water into the buckets. I know there's a couple different setups that you can do using factorization and vanilla stuff, but it's just quite the huge setup, and it's relying a lot on dispensers and brain farts and hoppers, and some of the ones I've seen people build are quite large, so I fill up a second room underneath that room there, just with, you know, to fill a couple buckets of water. Now, yes, this is me making my aqua regalia, I think it's pronounced. Don't quote me on that. I need that for my crystallizer. This is me just testing out my my lacerator's working. A little bit more automated, about as slow as grinding it using that old grinder there. Yeah, here's my, apparently I cut out making the actual thing. I've set it out with a hopper here, so at least it cycles everything through. You can see some nice, what is it, dark iron, silver, and my lead. The lead I needed for wires, I believe, and a couple other things. I think batteries I need a bunch of lead for too, but I know I was short on, oh, there you can see the duplication process there. Now I'm short on gunpowder, which unfortunately you need, that are sulfur, and I didn't find any sulfur yet, so I believe I go creeper hunting later. I can't remember if I got it in a video or not. I definitely remember getting mobbed by zombies in the darkness, but I can't recall if I got it on there. There we go. So that's how much. I guess I got 5 extra, because I think I started with 18. I missed that there. Set that up so it automatically goes into the chest. And eventually I'll fill those holes there. And I'm going to do the same with the crystallizer. Eventually stick a hopper down there, but for the time being, I'm just going to leave it open so you can kind of see exactly how many you get for having 5 in there. Now, you got to be careful when you step in front of those the lacerators there, because they will attack entities, and that includes yourself. You can use them for mob grinders if you want, but just me waiting for this thing to work through those. Now you can get the the robotic arm. I think it will fill buckets of water, but I'm not exactly sure how to get it so that it fills the bucket of water and then puts it back in the proper inventory slot. So you need to pull items out of the oh, here's me looking for cinder pearls. What did I need cinder pearls for? Oh yeah, I needed that for the aqua Aurelia. I needed it for the brain fart again, the little fire charge ball thing. I think I need it for that and for the actual aqua Aurelia, if I remember correctly. Because I think it was the fire charge. Just yeah. Yeah, there. I knew I got mobbed by zombies at some point there. Yeah. And I lost my hat there too, so. Just try to sort out all my garbage. You can see I could change my skin. Looking a little yellowish there, so I've got to tweak that a little bit, but I've got it to something I mostly like. Oh, that was kind of weird. I black screen there. Now, yeah, there we go. The fire charges sitting there, 2 of them. Got my aqua Aurelia. Trying to get my stuff set up. See, the problem with hunting for creepers, I find, is you always seem to run into, like, other just stupid jerk monsters when you find them. You have to be really quick when you're hitting them, so you pretty much run up to them and it just smack, smack, smack. And half the time you're getting, like, you're going in and you're getting attacked by suddenly a skeleton or a spider will come up from nowhere and knock you back, so you miss that 3rd hit, so the creeper ends up exploding in your face, and it's a real pain. So there we go, we got that thing set up. Now eventually I'd like to have I found a neat little setup with the little servos that factorization adds, which is kind of neat. I've tweaked it a bit from the one I found, so eventually I'd like to show you guys that. Maybe what I might do, this episode might come up a bit short, is show you guys my single player world and show off the servo thing. I don't know if I'm going to set it up here. It's kind of a neat little automated feature, but I don't know if it's something that's really needed too much, so I might show it off in my single player world. I found somebody made a blog post about how to set this up, and I tweaked it a little bit and found something that worked kind of nice for an automated setup, and it involved a bit of thermal expansion stuff just to keep it running again with the automatically filling the buckets and stuff like that for the washer, but it's kind of a nice little demonstration of the capabilities of the servos. Now, yeah, this is going to be a lot of me waiting for these things to crystallize and seeing how many I get in there, but now I don't know what. Okay, there we got sound again. At least we did for a bit. I'm not entirely sure what that noise was. Apparently Fraps is having some sort of weird issue. Okay, we do have sound. Okay, yeah, this is making my stone cutter. I've added a couple of leadstone energy cells to them. And of course I need to charge them, so I'm going to yes, let's see, it's the energetic infuser, yes. Now, I'm going to make one of those and figure out where to set it, and that'll allow me to charge my pickaxe there. And unfortunately, I've mentioned in a previous episode that apparently the way it used to work, I don't know, I've never had it work this way, but I had a friend tell me is you could, that your power charge was separate than your metadata, but apparently it doesn't seem to be so. Once I actually charge this thing, you can see the metadata changing. So, unfortunately, when the battery does get low, will be when the stone bound effect will be kicking in. So, it's not too big a deal, but it's something that at least will speed up a little bit when it's getting a lower charge on it if it gets there. Holds quite a bit of charge. I think it holds about the same as my little leadstone battery there, so I guess it makes sense. It uses a whole leadstone battery to make the thing, so apparently I've got a large manure lake underneath my house. Hello! Okay, here I am in my little test world. It's a quick little sync preview there. I really like this thing. Let's try this out just for the heck of it. It's kind of like the Matrix. That's what it reminds me of. Okay. Over here is my little testing thing. Of course, I've got a full setup here. This is a complete setup of how you can do the mirrors. Now it is, can't remember how many. I've got these here, just basically so it runs all the time, charges my batteries. I debated doing like a big tower thing like this of batteries to make sure I always have enough power. I think it's a bit overkill, but and I'd run my water up to the top, go up to the roof. But anyways, here is the robotic arm, which is the little thing, and of course I've had the redstone clock underneath of it. Basically with this, it makes most of the system automated. I have a fluid transposer down there, some water, my mixer. Basically keeps 3 buckets in there all the time. All works pretty simple. Anyway, I guess I could demonstrate this. Let's put a piece of ore in here. We'll use gold ore. Ore goes in there. This arm places it out into the world, grabs from the chest, places it out. It's the timer that's telling it to do it. This thing automatically grinds. As you can see, it does turn when I stand here. Now this thing will wash my ore. Bloop. The bucket should get sucked at the bottom. It's going to go in here. You should see it come up here in a moment. There we go. Bucket goes back in there. Everything else goes this way. Now, occasionally you get can't remember what it's called. It's like pretty much you smelt it into clay, so it's like a byproduct. So that's what the separate pipe here is. So it just kind of puts it directly into the smelter. But everything comes around here, goes into the top of here, which is the slag furnace, which runs with these 4 heaters. Comes down here, and I have it dropped into this chest. Now, I have only this chest will only output into the item shifter. Now, what I should do is grab one of these little matrix program, logic matrix programmer. Yes. As you see, I have it only shifting 10 at a time, and the reason I have it shifting 10 at a time is so that way there's always multiples of 10 in the crystallizer, because there's 5 can be smelted in here at the same time as, crystallized in here is same as in there. So, and this one, as you can see, I have a whole bunch of cobalt and reduced silver. Basically what I did is I put a stack of everything, one of everything in there. Let it run through It still hasn't gone through everything, obviously. As you can see, there's still a bunch of ores in here. Probably about a stack or so of each. I'm not exactly sure what the limits of these are. But basically what this one does is this one puts out 2. So this one will pass 2 to this one here, and it will put 1 in here and 1 in here based on its programming. Now each one of these is targeting, as you can see, this one's targeting slot 2, this one here is targeting slot 3, slot 4, slot 5, and this one up here is targeting slot 1. Now basically what this does is if you just dump all your ores directly into the crystallizer, they'll all just fill up the first slot first and then move on to the other. And then you can't do multiple crystallizations at a time. So it's kind of cool. You can see the crystal forming in there. But basically this way, it makes sure cannot talk. It makes sure that all 5 slots are full, and of course ignoring slot 0, which is the aqua regalia. Regalia? I don't know. Anyway, basically right now I kind of have the system paused. I have that using, you can kind of see it there. Each one of these has, oh yeah, there's the socket signals. Socket signals basically tell the servo motor to insert. So it'll get one signal and then insert 1 in there and 1 in there. So although it's carrying more, it'll only insert 1. And these ones down here just have a stop on them. Right here, basically make sure they're always facing this direction because I want them to insert into there. This one sets the direction. Once it's set up once, you don't really need to reset it, but it's kind of nice there for whatever reason. If, you know, server loaded and they decided to lose their positioning, I guess it would correct itself. Right here, basically, every time a servo goes by here, it creates a redstone pulse, which travels along here, and again makes a redstone pulse into this item shifter, which will move 10 of the item into here, and then 2 at a time into here. So basically, when 1 goes through here, it'll tell 10 to go into here, 2 to go into here, and even though there's not 10 in here, like as you can see, there's a bunch of 9 and less, so they won't shift over. It'll continue to pulse this one here, so 2 will continue to go into here as long as there's room in here, and then it'll move up and place its 2 in there. Once these are full, it'll start filling them up still. Like I said, I think 4 different kinds can go into each one, and once they're free up there, it'll start placing those in there. So just flip this switch. Basically gives a redstone signal to this, which turns the trap off. And of course it's just a quick pulse, so they only move 1 slot at a time. And as you can see, it goes around. It'll attempt to place its items in there, cause it to go, and it just keeps rotating like that. I want to turn the system off because this does need to be hooked up to the wires for power. And as you can see, these here are getting their power from the servo rail, which is kind of nice because it does work like a lead wire for transferring everything. Basically from there it'll start to crystallize, drops down to the hopper, smelts, and then pops down into here. So as you can see, I've got a bunch of clay in here, but certain things you seem to get more of. Copper, I've got a whole stack and a half so far, and then whatever's in here left. So still another 60 copper, reduced copper chunks still. So I've already doubled it plus a little bit. So we'll see what kind of additional items I get from there. Now you see iron. That was from a stack of iron. That was from a single stack of dark iron ingots. So I really lucked out there. I more than tripled it there. So sometimes it's a bit more, sometimes it's a bit less, but roughly on average, it's supposed to be about triple the ores. So it's a little weird with silver because I know you do get lead from silver as well. I'm not exactly sure how that works. So I'll have to see how many I get once it actually works its way through the copper there. It's to the the other stuff. But as you've already seen here, these are a stack each, so reduced cobalt chunks I've already more than doubled. Kind of got the exact same amount, 22 there, by doing it that way compared to any other method. As you can see, I've been playing around with a couple other things here, but nothing much. This is just me attempting to kind of figure out. I always kind of want to do, like, because of Bibliocraft, it has all these neat little armor racks. Just do like a hall of armor. But unfortunately, there's certain ones that are just like missing full sets. They don't have full sets to them. Like there's a few. What are these ones? These are the jetpacks. You can kind of match up the bat packs with the helmets a little bit. This is kind of mixed match a bunch of things. Long fall boots, composite vest, and night vision goggles. It's the Ars Magica armors here, and this one here just kind of just earth armor you get from one of the bosses. It's kind of a standalone thing. Oh yeah, all the runic ones, they don't look like anything. I think I was borrowing that one on one of my alts there. But yeah, my little steak dinner here. Steak and potatoes and a veg. Yes, I like these chairs that you can now sit down at. They are also neat. Shift to get off them. Map frame, I don't have any maps here. But yeah, it's kind of a neat little system. It's not too big. I changed it a couple ways because I think he was using 2 hoppers here, and he wasn't auto feeding it in the way I'm feeding it. So this stuff here is all new compared to the blog post I got. I need to like see if I can find that blog post, and I'll link it in the the description and that, so you guys can kind of check out the original and give credit to the original author and that. Check my histories and that, see if I can find it again. But thought I'd show that off because it was a neat little setup, and it's kind of a nice little introduction to the servos if you've never used them before. So, but anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully it won't be so long before my next Minecraft video. In the meantime, I may attempt to do some other Let's Plays, different games. Lots of Steam games to play. So if I find time, I'll attempt to make something else in between now and the next Friday update. Okay, so take care, like and subscribe.